Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. MMU Speaks On Live webinar series is back for its third season. So the fifth episode will go live today here, Friday, 16 July 2021 at 4:30. We are slightly delayed for 35 minutes. So we are on MMU Facebook live page and MMU YouTube channels. So don't miss the chance to discover the world of management. With us today is Dr. Muhammad Fairuz Abdul Rahim, Dean of Faculty of Management, also known as FOM, and Dr. Abdul Aziz Ahmad, Deputy Deans, Student Experience and Alumni, also from the Faculty of Management here in MMU. So learn more about the programs offered at FOM and how it is inspired graduate to be innovative and also meeting the industry expectation. MMU Speak On will be hosted by me, yes, me, Mustafa Muzir, a lecturer, academic counselor, happening live here right now with you guys, Friday at 4:35. Save your date with us. So to jumpstart the show, let me help me to welcome Dr. Muhammad Fairuz Rahim, Dean of Faculty of Management. Dr. Fairuz, your turn to speak now. You may start.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum and very good evening, everyone. So I'll just play my slide now. Okay, thank you for the opportunity for calling us today. I'm NMU, Dean for Student Affairs, Student Experience and Alumni, Dr. Aziz with me today. So I will try our best to share some bits and pieces about the faculty, some insight information about the faculty, whereby I will just focus first on the overall of faculty, the program that we offer. Dr. Aziz will focus more on the student experience. What are the activities conducted by students, for students, and how do we engage our alumni? So let me start the introduction about the faculty. So basically, for your information, Faculty of Management is one of the two business faculties that we have in from the slide. This is the deck of our building, and we will look at the small tree here, my next to the tree. First of all, we are seeing the campus for quite some time, but hopefully, when the situation gets better, management. So these are common question that people will ask. So I will explain on why you should study business and management. And before I who attended school in Kuala Kangsar, a small town in Kuala Perak, Kuala Kangsar. So basically, what happens that after SPM, okay, because this boy studied in a full science school. Unfortunately, he's not really interested in studying science. He's not interested in IT. He's not interested in engineering. But as long as he study in MMU, okay, and he was given contact MMU. He's the dean or faculty in which he graduated from. With all of it, because he entered the subject campus not fully developed, but now all the facilities, all the environment, all the equipment for students to use are all complete. So we would like to welcome all of you guys to join MMU soon. And why do you need to study business and management? I mean, why not other majors? One main thing is that, like for me, myself, is because of my interest. Okay, I always knew from day one, okay, I wanted to study business, as I want to study accounting. I'm not interested in other engineering courses. And as luck shows that when my UPU result
I think we are facing
released,
some
I think some of you might be checking your
virus.
UPU results today. When my UP was released, all the other placements are for the site. So it's like we say, I'm grateful to have a placement. Yes.
Alright.
So
Okay,
so slide still on,
virus.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, that's normal with many people are working from home, people studying from home. Sometimes there are issues in internet connection, but hopefully when things get better, and of course when you are in campus, of course that will not be a major issue anymore. Okay, why students want to study business and management? I would say among the top 3 reasons. First one is in business and management studies, you are exposed to different areas, different subjects. You will be learning accounting, you will be learning marketing, you will be learning management, you'll be learning finance. So actually, you'll become a well-rounded person because you have all the different subjects that are related to business and management that you will learn throughout your studies. And the second reason will be in terms of employability. If you look at the trend of employment, business and management area is an area where the demand for graduates are consistent throughout the years. Okay, because for certain areas of area of study, maybe demand will increase suddenly because of suddenly the government policy dictates or government policy promotes a certain area. Okay, but for business and management is a fundamental area, regardless whether we are focusing on agriculture, whether we are focusing on IT, whether we are focusing on different areas of business and management studies will always be relevant. And the third point that I want to highlight is that why you should study business and management is because when you are undergoing your ways for you to harness and improve your communication skill, be it your presentation skill, be it your project management skill, be it your time management skill. And that's why we're always proud that when we have employers coming to us, they always give a good comment saying that MMU students, MMU graduates are different from graduates from other universities. Because the way they carry themselves, the way the sense of confidence, the way they communicate during interviews are different from other university students. So this, of course, we want to sell our program or our faculty. We use a marketing term, USP. This is something you will learn when you learn marketing before. When you learn marketing later, unique selling points or unique selling proposition. 5 key reasons why you should study at F4M MMU. First one, we are an entrepreneurial faculty. By entrepreneur here means that we are continuously improving, coming out with new programs. Okay, and even currently we are offering both programs that are traditional and also programs that are open distance learning, full online programs for students. So there are many options for you to pursue your studies at the faculty. Second point is commendable faculty. Means we have a good mixture of lecturers who have vast experience in industry. They have been holding post position in companies before, like even our Dr. Aziz later on, he can share. He used to work in finance and accounting, and now he's teaching accounting. So we have a good mixture of people with vast industry experience, people who are very good in research, and also lecturers who are very good corporate trainers. So these are commendable faculty members. And then third point is distinguished programs, whereby We are proud that all our programs are accredited by MQA. That's a very important thing. Okay, and of course, especially for our accounting, Bachelor of Accounting program, we are getting the maximum exemption professional papers. This is something that Dr. Aziz will elaborate later on what are the professional accreditation for Bachelor of Accounting students. And the fourth point is research excellence, especially if you're planning to pursue a postgraduate study. Okay, on top of teaching and learning in the university, all our lecturers are exposed and are encouraged to do research. We have to publish papers in journals, conference presentation. We are encouraged to apply for research grant. So basically, our lecturers are well equipped to actually share their expertise and share their experience in doing research with all the students. And lastly, and most importantly, okay, is that we are proud that we generate or we churn well-rounded students. Okay, because the first thing that you need to remember when you pursue your studies at MMU, we are not library doing your assignment, but we will encourage you to be a well-rounded person, get involved in extracurricular activities, be active in club activities, do all assignments. Some assignments will require you to go outside, actually meet industry people, and this is where you get to actually practice and get to harness your communication skill. So these are the 5 selling points or USPs for why you should study at FOM MMU. Okay, and just a quick introduction about our faculty leadership. Okay, for of course, as a dean myself, I'm assisted or as a team we are working together. We have 3 deputy deans. Okay, and each deputy dean will focus on different areas. First one is Dr. Ruzana Raza, who is the deputy dean for academic and international relation, whereby she will focus on academic matters when you have issues related to your program. Okay, and international relation here refers, if you, for example, we also have a lot of collaboration with our international partner universities, whereby you get the chance to actually undergo exchange program. So either you go there, or we also host students from the partner universities in MMU. Even actually, as we speak, currently we are hosting around 54 students from way for us to actually expose our students to mingle, to network with students from other universities. Second one is the TS Dr. Mageswari. TS here is not referring to Tan Sri. Yeah? TS here is referring to technologies. It's a professional qualification, and she focused more on the research. And normally those who are doing postgraduate studies, MBA, masters, will be dealing a lot with her. And of course, we have the ever cheerful Dr. Abdul Aziz. Okay, he's our deputy dean for student experience and alumni. So he's in charge on actually coming up with programs or activities for students. And if you have any issues with your studies, if the personal issues or academic issues, normally he will be the main person that you will be looking for. Okay, and in terms of our faculty manpower, we have a total of 101 staff currently. 101 is a good number. Okay, so we have our lecturers from professors, associate professors, senior lecturers, up until professional and specialists. And these professional and specialists are a bit different because they are people with vast industry experience. So they are entering MMU as a lecturer under a different skill. Okay, it's called a professional or a specialist scheme. So that's why we have a good mixture, okay, a good melting pot of people from different specialties and different positions at the university to assist you in your learning experience. And in terms of the program that we have at the university, in total, FOM offers 18 programs altogether, from foundation until PhD and also Doctor of Business Admin. So this is one unique feature, because I decide to pursue your degree with us, then you can continue your master with us, and then have full-time and okay. Shall I continue? Okay. And what we want to show today, okay, we apologize for the internet connection. Is the internet connection at home, not at MMU. Don't worry, because I'm currently working from home. Is the intermittent connection at home today. Okay. So other than the academic program, which actually you can get more information from our website, or we are also offering the counseling session, virtual counseling session throughout the week. Okay, I just want to share about the learning experience for our students. So this is something unique that we are proud of. Okay, and of course, in the university education nowadays, we encourage active learning instead of passive learning. So gone were the days in school whereby you just have the teachers standing in front of you, covering all the materials, and you just learning, maybe nodding or maybe sleeping. I don't know, depending on how you are. But in university education, it's supposed to be active. Okay, whereby it involves a lot of group work, involve a lot of discussion, or what we call team-based learning, whereby you'll be given tasks to solve and as a group member, and you discuss, and then you have to present in front of your classmate. This is how you actually get to practice your communication skill, your presentation skill, and this is how you actually create the interest to actually do dig and study the subject further. Okay, and this also one method that I even use in my classes. Normally we use for postgraduate classes because the class size is smaller, whereby sometimes we do some field visit. Okay, and this field visit is because as a design thinking trainer, because I'm certified design thinking trainer by Stanford University, and also I'm a certified HRDF trainer. So normally when we can bring the postgraduate student outside, we get them to actually approach the general public, to interview, to solve problem, to come up with solutions to the actual problem. So this is an example of what we call an empathy interview, whereby they get to interview actual people, okay, in an actual environment. And this happened actually in a shopping mall in Cyberjaya called Deepa Shopping Center. So once you join Cyberjaya later on, FOM later on, okay, there's a very big shopping mall just, I think, in just 5 minutes walking distance from MMU. So there's something somewhere that you can spend your time later on. And on top of that, we are using different approaches, using Kahoot, quizzes, or Padlet for students to actually share their work. So that's why when we had the MCO starting last year, when the MCO was implemented, and we are forced to actually embark in a full online teaching and learning, for us at MMU, it's just a matter of a transition. Because even before the MCO, we have been using all these online tools. Okay, we have been prepared 1 year before MCO. Actually, we are prepared for online learning approach to delivering our product, delivering our subject. So that's why when the MCO started in March, I think it's just a matter of transition fully online. So for us as a multimedia university, this is something that we can offer to all of you. Our lecturers are well versed in a new application and new technology in teaching and learning. Okay, so this also some photos. The student, they need to do assignments. Sometimes they need to create videos. So these are some example of how you'll be enjoying your life as a student later on. So when you join FOM, when you join MMU, you get to be part of the students here. Of course, these photos are all the things that happened before COVID, before MCO. And now the photos will be all online, just screenshots of all the small photos. But life goes on. Okay, so we have to be innovative. We have to be adaptive to the changes. Okay, and also we encourage a lot of collaboration with industry. In the past, we used to have a lot of industrial talk at the campus, and also we used to bring our students to industrial visits, to companies. Again, but I think the blessing in MCO, because everything is done online. Actually, Dr. Aziz can confirm later on. Last year itself saw that we had more industrial talk compared to years before that, because it's so easy to arrange industrial talk nowadays. We just get an industrial speaker to agree to give a session. We arrange an online session. Everyone can attend everywhere. So it's easier for us to arrange international webinars or industrial talk by industrial speakers. So that's why in FOM, we are proud that we have a special arrangement whereby for most subjects, we will encourage the lecturer to actually appoint one person from industry to do a knowledge sharing during class. So this is what we call industry learning partners, or ILP. So they'll be sharing their experience, either they are alumni, they'll be sharing their career experience, or if they are working in holding senior position in the company, they'll be sharing their work experience. So this is something that we are proud to actually expose all students to what's happening in industry. So it's not like you're just studying from textbook, okay, but you also exposed to the actual practices in the industry itself, okay. And for subjects such as entrepreneurship, okay, sometimes we will encourage students to even create their own project. We have to create their own business, and if we find that, for example, their business is viable and they want to pursue the business idea and create an actual venture, then we even have the support system in MMU, whereby we have a department called Entrepreneur Development Center, whereby they have training system, they have grants to give the students. So this is something that we will encourage all our students to pursue, not only to study. If they have a high inclination toward being an entrepreneur or a businessman, then they can pursue. So even early morning today, we have a student whose name is Ong Yong Zun. Okay, if you notice, he was recently listed among the 30 under 30 in Forbes Asia. Okay, and he's operating a business on a tech business called Jom Study, whereby he provide notes to SPM students, okay, to actually prepare for their study. So if you have downloaded or used that Jom Study app before, okay, that was created by our student, and he's only in the first year. So he's still in the first year. Very good student, first class student, doing well in studies, at the same time juggling between studies and also his business. So this is something that we would encourage. But of course, it's not for everyone. Okay, but if you prefer to pursue this ambition, we have the support system to groom you and help you grow further. Okay, and lastly, we'll be sharing some of the prominent alumni in MMU. Of course, in MMU, we have a unique catchphrase that we call our alumni. Once you join MMU, you are called a Permata Dunia, the gem of the world. Okay, because we believe that once you enter MMU, you are in the process, you're in the environment, and once you graduate from MMU, you'll be making big names. Okay, you're making an impact in industry, regardless whichever industry you are in. Okay, we are proud of our alumni like Dr. Nazri Khan. I'm not sure if you're into investment, maybe you are familiar with his catchphrase, tak handsome tak apa, janji kaya. So that's his catchphrase, anyone who's following investment. Or Miss Tan Hui Lin, actually, who was the founder of 23, an online apparel company. And these are only just two out of thousands of alumni that we have in the industry now. So I think that will end my presentation, okay, because we just want to cover on the teaching and learning, and Dr. Aziz will cover on more on the student activities later on. So back to you, Encik Mustafa. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fairuz. It was well explained. It was in-depth details on the subject, plus with good knowledge of the subject backgrounds, and one should be able to understand the teaching and learning lessons that we are providing to all by way of highlighting the main points of the lessons for the learner while clarifying the knowledge misconceptions. So to continue with the show, moving on with our next presenter, Dr. Abdulaziz Ahmad, Deputy Dean, Student Experience and Alumni. Dr. Aziz, over to you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Firstly, thank you for inviting us, the Faculty of Management, to share a little bit about our faculty, about our programs, and about our activities that we have conducted with the students, right? So, allow me to share my slides. All right, so basically what I'm going to share with you today will be based on my portfolio, okay? I'm currently the Deputy Dean for Student Experience and Alumni, okay? Whereby we at the faculty are trying to provide engagement, provide interesting activities with the student throughout their university journey, especially in MMU and specifically in FOM. Right. So I'm going to share with you the engagement activities that we have conducted, and also I will also look into the most frequently asked questions, especially for the Bachelor of Accounting degree, which is on the professional accreditations that the faculty received. All right. And lastly, I will also talk about a little bit about the career prospects, okay, for our alumni. So to add on to what Dr. Fairuz has mentioned, he highlighted two of the prominent alumni that we have, and currently for up until 2020, all right, we have around 12,500 alumni, all right, from the year 2000 until the year 2020, all right. So you can imagine how big the numbers are. I believe that if we throw one stone, maybe one of them will be an MMU alumni, all right. So moving on, all right. So moving on, based on the engagement activities, we try to make it into a more holistic context, all right, whereby we are not only focusing on our existing students, all right, we also look into the community at large and also our future prospects of students. So we are looking at the every angle of our stakeholders, all right. So in terms of the student engagement, all right, in terms of the student engagement, we try to conduct faculty meets, all right, and nowadays with the MCO, the movement control order, and with the lockdown and whatnot through these particular pandemics, we move everything from physical into virtual faculty meets. Yeah, and when we talk about faculty meets, when we meet our student, we are not only looking at the new students. All right, of course, we will meet all the new intakes that are joining us every trimester. Every trimester also, we meet our existing students, the undergraduate students, and usually we will conduct a session with all our existing students, and then for them to share if they have any concerns or any issues regarding their studies. And after that, we will divide them into groups of depending on different programs, and they can talk directly to their head of departments, program coordinators and whatnot, so that they can discuss more of the technical issues in nature, especially in terms of credit transfer, in terms of subjects offering and whatnot. And at the same time, all right, we do not forget, okay, especially our postgraduate students. Although they are matured students, we'll try to be in contact with them as often as possible, all right? And also, we do not forget our international students. Even now, since because of the pandemic, majority of them are not in Malaysia. They are in their home country. We'll try to catch up with them through an engagement sessions with the international students. We have students from Bangladesh. We have students from Middle East. We have students from Indonesia, Thailand, and China. All right. So the challenge of conducting this particular international students meet is to get a time where everybody can come together. All right. So and based on this particular faculty meets that we have conducted, majority of the students have provided a very good feedback. All right. And they wanted more. They wanted more of this because they are not be able to be in the faculty physically, so they want to meet the faculty virtually. So we are more than happy to conduct this session. All right. So in terms of student engagement, we also conducted award ceremonies. Okay, award ceremonies for the Dean's List recipients every trimester. Okay, and because previously what we did a more physical award ceremony, all right, with the presentations of certificates and whatnot. But because of this pandemic, we convert everything into online award ceremonies, all right, live presentations of Dean's List Award, all right, and then we recorded that session, and then we upload that into our YouTube channel. All right, so it is getting more popular nowadays, and even during the last Dean's List Award ceremonies, we have intermission where we invited our own student to perform, okay, either live or recorded version of their talent that they have. All right, and then in terms of club and societies, at the faculty itself, we have two clubs that reign under our faculty, which is the Faculty of Management Society, FOMS, and also the Cyberjaya Accounting Club. All right, so these two clubs are actually under the faculty, and both clubs are being advised by our very own academics. All right, so because sometimes if we want to conduct activities that deal with the millennials nowadays, looking at me and looking at the students, that the gap is huge. Yeah, so it's very difficult for us to understand what do they want. Okay, maybe what we did was we have these intermediaries, which is the clubs and societies, who really knows what the needs of the student nowadays. So usually the faculty work with the clubs and societies to conduct activities that would benefit everybody in the faculty. All right, and then these are some of the activities that we have conducted. All right, so we have a teh tarik session, we have a virtual meet, we have Let Excel program. All right, and we also have the award ceremonies. The Let's Excel programs we provided to our students who are very much interested to gain extra knowledge, and most of this knowledge is being shared by our academics themselves. All right, and looking into the next section of the initiative is the Alumni Engagement. As I mentioned to you earlier, as at 2020 graduation, we have around 12,500 alumni from the different programs that we have, undergraduates and postgraduates. So we don't let them be alone. Okay, we invited them back, and most of them are very much willing to share all of their experience, all of the things that they have done proudly with the faculties. All right, and then we also look into the school. Okay, they are the one that is the source of our students. So before they actually completed their SPM or STPM, we went to the schools and conduct activities with the schools, especially on how to deal with academics, teaching and learning in the undergraduate studies, which is totally different from the school's environment. And also, for example, last year when we are able to go to the schools physically, we conduct a clinic for Prinsip Perakaunan for the SPM students, and then we also invited schools to come over, have a session on how to answer maths questions and whatnot. So we try to engage the student as soon as possible before they completed their studies. All right, and of course, all of them are coming from our own very own community. All right, so we also engage with our community. Okay, we provided what we call university social responsibility. Okay, whereby we conduct the activities, we share our knowledge that we have in terms of PowerPoint presentation, how to use Excel, how to use Canva, how to prepare resume and whatnot. So we try to engage as much as possible, even though during this particular challenging times. Yeah. So so this is one of the activities that we have conducted. We call it Jalan-Jalan Cari Alumni. Okay, it is previously last year it was a physical activities whereby I went to meet the alumni all the way in Penang, all the way in Perak. But then due to this particular pandemic, we do it virtually, and then we recorded the sessions and we uploaded in our activities in YouTube. Yeah, so. And looking into the community engagement, okay, and the school engagement, okay. In relation to the school engagement, we have conducted accounting quizzes with the schools. We also have conducted Bicara Persada Multimedia, and we also conducted community engagement with the sharing sessions by the prominent speakers. All right. And then in relation to the digital presence, okay, we nowadays we can't run, okay, we can't run away from digital. All right. So for the Faculty of Management, we have all the social media platforms. Okay, we try to be as active as possible. The only platform that we don't have is TikTok. Maybe the dean will initiate the TikTok account for the Faculty of Management and come up with the first TikTok videos, and we will follow through. All right. And we have Instagram with 499 followers, Facebook, YouTube with 141 subscribers, and Telegram. Okay. However, if you would like to know more about our programs, our activities, you can always visit our website, the general website for MMU, and we give a /FOM, and then you will be directed to the FOM website. All right. So basically, that is in relation to the engagement, looking into the what do you call that? The physical engagement and also the virtual engagement. All right. So now let me move on to the professional accreditations. Okay. Especially I would like to concentrate on our Bachelor of Accounting. All right. And especially during a virtual open day and whatnot, we always being asked about how is our Bachelor of Accounting being accredited. Okay. So basically our Bachelor of Accounting is under Schedule 1 of Malaysian Institute of Accountant, whereby our program is a 4-year program. Okay. And the reason why we have a 4-year program is because our internship is 6 months rather than 6 months, rather than 3 months. All right. So, and since it is a 4-year program, okay, all our graduates that graduated from Bachelor of Accounting, they can register with Malaysian Institute of Accountant to be a public accountant, okay, after 3 years working experience. So that's the without having to sit for any exam. All right. So as long as they graduated from Multimedia University, a 4-year accounting program, and then they completed 3 years related working experience, then they can go to MIA and try to register as a chartered accountant. So that's the interesting part of although it take longer, 4 years, but your route to become an accountant would be shorter. All right. However, okay, nowadays the trend is having a professional qualification. And just to let you know, our degree program are fully exempted by all the professional bodies. Okay, so we have ACCA, CPA Australia, MICPA, and ICAEW. For these 4 professional papers, they are very much focused on financial accounting, audit, and whatnot. However, we also have another 2 professional bodies, which are CIMA, Certified Institute of Management Accountant, and also CMA, Certified Management Accountant, which focus specifically on management accountant. All right. So depending on which route that you would like to be in the future after graduation, then that would be we have all the opportunities for you to go through. And then at the same time, our Bachelor of Finance, okay, are also accredited from the Asian Institute of Chartered Bankers, whereby some of the papers are being exempted to take. Right. If you want to know more details on this particular accreditations, you can always contact us, and we will provide you with the details. And yeah, so we would love to share with you with whatever information that we have. Right. So moving on, in terms of the career prospect, okay, basically graduates from MMU are ready to be anything, anywhere. All right. So we have our alumni, which are all over the world. Okay. We have those, of course, those who are coming from their home country will be back to their home country and servicing their home country. But we also have our own students which are currently working in Singapore, currently being posted to China and all over the world, in the UK and whatnot, just to provide service to their company. All right. So basically, our graduate career prospect very much depending on the specialization of their degree. Okay. And for example, for Bachelor of Accounting, as an accounting student, you can go anywhere. You can work anywhere. I also always say that as an accountant, you are such a very busybody person. You want to know everything. You want to be everything. So because we have the knowledge, all right, we have the knowledge. We are the subject matter experts. So it is not possible for us to be where we want to be. All right. And then for Bachelor of Finance, majority of us are working in a bank. All right. Either looking at the strategic financing, and especially looking at the new trends of fourth industrial revolution. We also have a program called Bachelor of Financial Engineering, whereby we combine the finance subject matter with the computer and technical aspect of it. All right. So this is where fintech lies. All right. And we are offering subject on financial technology or fintech in our degree program, in order for us to provide the student with a knowledge for them to move on in the future. Then we also have a quite new program, which Bachelor of Enterprise Management Systems. All right. So in this particular program, we embed SAP, the software, within that particular program. And majority of the graduates, future graduates, will be subject matter expert for SAP, and they can be an SAP consultant. All right. So that's how the future for our graduates to be. All right. And then we have also Bachelor of Analytical Economics. All right. We have Senior Economics in Bank Negara. We have risk management in banks. We also have those who work with Kazana and whatnot, coming from this particular Bachelor of Analytical Economics. All right. And then we also have the Bachelor of Business Management and Bachelor of Marketing. So these two program, although it looks day 6, but then our graduates have moved on to the career ladder, especially in terms of the management aspect, and some of them are becoming entrepreneurs themselves, successful entrepreneurs, and most of them are very much looking at the strategic aspect of the organization, rather than looking into the more transactional activities. So based on our own experience, majority of our alumni have been working throughout the world with various level of work activities. All right. So I think that's all from me. So if you have any question, please post it, and myself and Dr. Farus will try to share a little bit more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Aziz. This was very long, a lot of topic touch, and it's very up to date based on all the social medias platform being mentioned just now. Okay, next, let's go back to Dr. Fairuz. Dr. Fairuz, as an alumni of the faculty yourself, what is so unique about your experience studying in MMU before you become a lecturer, and plus your experience abroad as well? What is your take on that?
Okay, thank you, Encik Mus. So basically, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I'm an alumni faculty, okay, and also I studied at both campuses, Melaka and Cyberjaya, and I also have worked at both campuses. So since I graduated, I joined MMU in 1998, doing my foundation, and still here in MMU ever since. So it's like when people say you take a knife and just cut my arm, then I bleed MMU blood lah. So that's what they say. Okay, so basically, what's unique about the way the experience studying as a student at MMU is that for me, one thing is that the openness of in terms of communication, because you can see in terms of composition of students and also composition of lecturers, we have a melting pot of people from different background. Okay, so we have international lecturers, local lecturers, different races. So for us, for me, when I first ventured into MMU, one thing that opened up my mindset is that race is not an issue, because here is that everyone are the same. So there's we learn to interact, we learn to engage, we build friends, okay, and network with people from different backgrounds. So I think this is something interesting, unique about MMU, because we're exposed to everyone locally and also international students and also international lecturers. That's one thing. And secondly is that in terms of the way the coursework, the way the subjects are delivered, encourage students to be more independent, whereby students are encouraged to be creative and innovative in their way of coming up with solutions to problems, be it an actual business problem or be it an actual community problem. For example, when we are a student, part and parcel of life student is not only about becoming a student who attends lecture classes and complete the assignments. We also be active in club activities, whereby we can be involved in communities or committees to organize events at university level and even at national level. So this is where we get to know more people. It builds our confidence, it builds our communication skill, it helps us to network and get us to be comfortable to mingle with other people. And of course, you never know, the relationship that you build during your student years will last throughout your lifetime. For example, the love of my life I met during my foundation year. Okay, my first love, okay, this is a side story, okay, not related to academic, side story. So because you never know the possibility, I met my first love in MMU, and now we are happily married for 18 years with 4 kids. Okay, so that's one possibility. So there's endless possibility on what you can explore in MMU. I think so. That's a bit of what I want to share about the unique experience being MMU. Back to you, James.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fairuz. It was a very, a touching moment with all the experience that you are facing, not just on education side, but also on your family side. Okay, let me go back to Dr. Aziz. Dr. Aziz, I went through your CV and it says that your research interests mainly focus on information system development, ISD, and also shared service outsourcing, SSO, right? So with the digitally enabled productivity gain accelerate the fourth industrial revolutions. So with that statement, I would like to ask you the following questions. One is, are robots really going to take over the job of accountants? What is your take on that?
All right. So thank you very much, Encik Mus, for very critical questions. Yes, I've graduated with PhD from Manchester Business School in accounting information system, and my research area are very much looking into information system development and also global business services or shared service and outsourcing, right? And if you are all aware, the revolutions of the fourth industrial with the advancement of robotic process automation, with artificial intelligence, big data, machine learning, and whatnot. It has created quite a challenge for our graduates, especially the accounting graduates, because the industry have been filled with robots. Okay, majority of the companies are using some kind of softwares, some kinds of robotic automation. So where is the graduate is going to work? Because if the work is being done by the robots, so what we did in MMU is that, especially for our Bachelor of Accounting, we do not prepare our graduates to become robots. All right. So robots basically can do transactional activities by, for example, keying in data, matching data, coming out with results and whatnot. So in our Bachelor of Accounting, we teach the student a little bit more. We rather than we look into the transactional processing, we are looking into a more data analytics. We teach them more on how to think critically, because the robots can come up with the results, but it's only the accountant can interpret the results that can provide meaningful information to their organization for decision making. So basically what we did was in our Bachelor of Accounting, and I think in all our programs that we have, majority of the subjects are case study based. Okay, it is not, student nowadays do not have the luxury to just read, memorize, and answer during exam questions. So majority of our exam questions are case study based, and it allows them to really think about what is happening rather than just blurt everything out in their answer scripts. So based on my own experience with the alumni, they say that their experience in MMU provide them with basic knowledge of whatever that they need to do, but having a good analytical skill and critical thinking skills enables them to move forward in their career. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very well answered. So robot will not take over our job then. Okay, let's go back to Dr. Fairuz. Dr. Fairuz, what make FOM, or Faculty of Management programs, different from other business programs? What is your take on that?
Okay, thank you, Jimus. So basically, of course, when a student is serving for business program, okay, there are many other universities who are providing the similar business program. But I think one of the key selling point for our business program is that one is all the knowledge that is shared by the lecturers are updated, and we bridge the gap, or means the knowledge that we learn from the textbook, we bridge with some case studies of actual implementation in companies, and also what is being shared by our industry learning partners. I mean, when we invite in actual industry practitioners to share their experience in class, so that our students will get the most updated information. That's the first point. Second point is that all our programs, okay, will cover at least 3 different IT subjects. They include programming, data analytics, and also digital transformation technologies. These are the newest subjects that we are covering for all programs. And of course, for certain degree, for example, you're choosing the Bachelor of Digital Enterprise Management or Bachelor of Financial Engineering, they will have even more subjects. Our accounting students, they're learning about accounting information system. Okay, and also the other student, Bachelor of Finance, they are also learning subjects that are related to programming, that are related to information system, that are linked to their respective areas. So I think this is a key selling point for our programs. Okay, if you want subject that is updated with industry input, industry practices, at the same time with the latest knowledge in technology, okay, IT related subjects, so you should be choosing programs under FOM. Thank you.
Thank you. It was well explained and defined with the informations and inside info. Now let's go back to Dr. Aziz. I noticed on your CV you said that you have trained more than 1,000 entrepreneurs across Malaysia. And the next norm arrive, we talk about the trend that will define 2021 and beyond. So what is your advice on the newbies entrepreneur?
All right. So basically, having an entrepreneurial mindset, I believe, is not only important for the business students, all right, but nowadays, if we look into the current scenario of entrepreneurs, majority of them are coming from a more technical background, right? So we have IT graduates that are coming out with businesses, and then we have students coming from entrepreneurships, or students coming from the creative multimedia, also creating their own businesses, because having able to have a certain entrepreneurial mindset, I do believe is very, very important, especially with whereby being an entrepreneur, we are looking into more job creator, okay, rather than we are looking for jobs in organizations. So yeah, I think that having a very interest in entrepreneurship is very important for any of our graduates to survive in the future.
Okay, thank you. All right, Dr. Fairuz, we receive a lot of questions here from students saying that can a diploma qualification apply for credit transfer if they want to join your programs, degree programs at Faculty of Management?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jamus. So of course, when in terms of the new students, when students are coming to our degree, okay, bachelor's degree, they can either enter via the foundation route, means they just finish their foundation, and then they 1 year foundation, and then they go to the degree level, or they might have done their diploma elsewhere from other universities and other colleges. So we do provide the avenue for students to apply for credit transfer. Okay, we'll follow the NQ guideline, whereby we'll ensure that we need to compare the syllabus for our subject and the subject that they have taken in the previous university is at least 80% similar, and the result is at least C, okay, for them to transfer C and B, so that they can get the most maximum credit transfer, which is 50%. But of course, there is a process that we have conducted, and to those universities where we have had students coming from those diploma programs entering our degree before, we already have a database of the previous application. So what we need to do is that we just join in and just inform our admission staff that you're interested to apply for credit transfer. Once you are in, then the credit transfer process will be conducted for you to get exempted from taking the subject. So the beauty of having credit transfer is that, one is you don't have to take the subject anymore, okay, and of course it saves you cost and it saves you time, because if you have studied like a 2 years program for diploma, maybe you don't want to spend like the whole 3 years for a degree. So if you manage to get a full credit transfer, you might be saving up to 1 year or 1+ years of your degree study. Okay, especially if you are coming from MMU's diploma, then we can give the maximum credit transfer. So that's why those who are coming after SPM, there are 2 routes. Okay, one is you either after SPM you start with your foundation. The only thing is that the requirement foundation is a bit higher compared to diploma. We require at least 5 credits, and 2 of the subject that you have credit must be maths and English. So these are the requirement for you to take foundation. But sometimes when you apply, suddenly you might be offered a different program. You might be offered a diploma because you did not meet the requirement for foundation. So don't be sad if you get such offer, because you still get to study in MMU, and once you finish your diploma, even though you might feel, hey, you need to take longer time to finish your diploma, 2 years instead of 1 year for foundation, but later on you can still apply for credit transfer, and you will be saving at least 1 to 1.5 years for your degree later on. So either way, these are the entry routes for you to complete your degree at MMU. Thank you, Cik Mus.
Okay, so it is cost effective to study at Faculty of Management. All right, Dr. Aziz, one last question. Professional qualification important for your career development, in case if one need to know?
All right. Thank you very much, Encik Mus, for an excellent question. These questions is also very, very popular among my current existing students who are in their final year, all right, and looking for jobs. So having professional, how important it is, all right, professional qualification. So I would like to ask you back, where do you see yourself in the career ladder? All right. So what do you want to be? All right. So is your future undertakings looking into becoming a full-fledged accountant, professional accountants, or are you interested in working into a different line? Okay, so as I mentioned to you earlier, your Bachelor of Accounting itself has already provided you with a clear pathway to become an accountant, even without having any professional papers. I have an alumni who has a degree in accounting and have worked in a related field. He has become an auditor. He has become an accountant in audit and accounting firms. And after 3 years, he applied with Malaysian Institute of Accounting, to become a chartered accountant or public accountant. And now he has established an accounting firm himself. Which I am so proud of all of our students. Okay, and as I mentioned, having a professional qualification depending on what you want to be. The new trends nowadays, most of my graduates are very much interested to become project consultants, management consultant, advisory, and whatnot. So depending on which level of consulting and advisory you are going through, okay, if you are looking into management consultancy, most probably professional papers are not that important, but you have to have a more in-depth understanding of what advisory do. And however, if you want to look into business advisory, looking into tax and accounting, then most probably you would need to have a professional qualification. And of course, if you would like to have to become an auditor, corporate accountants and whatnot, so it would be much more beneficial to you to have a certain level of professional qualifications. Where in MMU with the Bachelor of Accounting, all the fundamentals paper of all the foundation papers are being exempted. So you only have to complete the professional level papers only. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Aziz. It was well defined. Okay, we have come to an end of the show, and we are glad to have Dr. Fairuz Abdul Rahim, the Dean of Faculty of Management, and also Dr. Abdul Aziz Ahmed, Deputy Dean, Student Experience Alumni. They have talked a lot about, from start to end, all the in-depth knowledge, skill sets, studies, experience from both ends. I'm talking about personal and also professional. So it was a good session with you guys and gentlemen and audience. If you have a further question, you could just contact us via our WhatsApp. Facebook and also YouTube. You can just leave your notes at the message box, and then we'll answer you and we'll direct your question to the deans and also the deputy deans. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Wonder how fast intelligent machines run on 5G? At MMU, you'll find the answer. Wonder how creative content and online businesses are mastered? At MMU, you'll find the answer. Wonder how cybersecurity and law function? At MMU, you'll find the answer. Find out all these and many more at Multimedia University because MMU is you, leading the digital future. Visit mmu.edu.my.